Hey guys, welcome back to Passion for the Wild and Wonderful. I'm Chris Ashley. This is Mason Ashley. What I'm going to do is I harvested this bird over in Ohio here this morning. I did go ahead and quickly throw him in the freezer just because I was going to run back over to West Virginia to hunt. But what I'm going to do is just show you real quick how I go about taking off the beard, the spurs, and the tail fan. For me, generally anymore, I just do my own fan mounts, or honestly, I generally now got so many fans, I go ahead and just make, I've made kind of like a giant beard and spur necklace. And so what I do is kind of section off the spurs and then also put my beard in like a gun shell casing and then hang it. And maybe what I'll do is show it another time on how I do it. But the beard, you know, with the beard, there's a couple different ways you can go about doing it. If you feel up inside the feathers there, you'll see a little bit of exposed skin. What you can do is go and find where that nub ends at the very top of it up here and cut at the top of it. Or what you can do is just grab here at the base, and you should be able, of course with it being frozen, to be able to pull. And it comes off clean right here at the end, and a lot less tissue and stuff that you might have to put borax on to dry and clean it out. So really is you just give it a nice little tug. Now for the spurs, with it you can go ahead and use either a set of pruners and take it off there at the joint, what I'd call, I guess, the knee joint, or you can go ahead and try to use a knife if you're able to hit the knuckle. So what I'm going to do is try to see about hitting this knuckle and show that we can try to do it without having to use any kind of pruner. So we'll just work it to where we find that little joint. Give it a little snap there. And what we can do is go ahead and just take the tendon off. And it's that simple. And then what I end up doing is I take just a little hacksaw and I section off below the spur and above the spur. And then I take a drill bit and go down through and remove all the tissue inside. Pack it with borax, let it dry out, and then I knock that out. And then I'll show you what I end up doing is pretty much just taking hot glue. I'll take electrical tape and go around the top and around the bottom to make a little dam. And then I put hot glue down in it, let it harden, flip it over, do the other side, and then I take black nail polish, paint the top of it, paint the bottom, and then use a gloss. Take a high gloss nail polish finish from the wife and do the entire leg, the spur and the black that I did, and it just makes it pop and shine. So I'll do the other leg here in another time. But the other thing now for the fan, now with the fan what you'll find is just above what I'll call the rectum, you can feel if you come down the fan, there's a little like notch, a little indentation to where you can come up under and kind of hook. That's where you want to cut under that little notch. And then what I end up doing is I come under it, cut through, and then what I like to do is then take that skin and feathers up its back to a certain point and cut it off. That way whenever I'm doing the fan mount, I have these feathers that are here also, giving it just a little bit more of the normal display versus just these taller feathers that's part of the fan. So what we'll do is we'll try to go ahead and take that part off now. So again, what I do is I just go right pretty much above, and you can come up through and feel. And right here I can feel both notches now where my hand is. So I'll come in, and as you can see right there's the rectum. See that notch or feel that notch? And what you can see is it just breaks over. And then what I'll end up doing is I'll run that one up the back just so that I can get some more feathers to go with it. got that little knuckle joint that you got to work through. There we go. Okay, so I went through that knuckle, and now I can see the hide here. I'm just working my fingers under it, just kind of like you do with your normal turkey when you're getting ready to do an injection or a rub. And then I'll just work it further up, just trying to make sure to get some of those other quills and feathers in. That should be good. And then I'll cut it off. So what I'm left with is this big kind of cluster here. And then what I can do from it is just take off as much as I want to make as many as I want up here. So if I still want more, I can still lay more up. And then the same way, bring them up. And then what I end up doing is I'll go ahead and lay this out, clean up the back of it, and see it kind of is drooping with the hide. As you can see that I've got it extended out, and then you can adjust it however you want. And then again, I'll push it up, and I'll clean off all these back feathers, clean off some of this meat, and try to get that little there's a little gland back there. Try to cut that gland out. It's like an oil gland. And then what I'll do is lay everything out once I got it all cleaned up and pack it with borax on the front and back. The same borax that I'm using to do the spurs, as well as to go ahead and go over top of the beard. And that'll just kind of cure it and dry it out. And then I'm able to do our turkey fin. So that's how I go about doing it. It's pretty quick and easy. And then like I said, I got the additional steps to go ahead. I've actually got Mason's bird from last year here in West Virginia that I need to do. I've got my Osceola from Florida from last spring. I've got my West Virginia spring. And now I've got this Ohio bird from this spring that I need to go ahead and do. But I hope that you found that video helpful. If you do, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. We'll be bringing you more content. Also, don't forget to check out my Facebook page, Passion for the Wild and Wonderful, as well. We're constantly putting up new information out there as well, and just trying to share different things that we're doing in the outdoors that you might find interesting as well. So guys, again, thanks for joining me. My name's Chris Ashley. This is Mason Ashley, and we'll see you on the next video.